Hello guys, in this video we are going to quickly repair this 450 watts power supply. It's not a brand name, but it worked for lots of years in a system, and if I fix it, there's no reason it can't work for some more years after this. So what it doesn't want to do anymore, it doesn't want to power on actually. It gives 5 volts standby to the system, but when you try to power it on, it just tries to start really fast and then shuts down again. So let me make a short between the green and any black wire to force it to power on without being connected to a PC. Don't know if you can hear it, maybe you can see the fan. Let's try again. Okay, you can see the fan is trying to move, but 99% this thing is entering some sort of protection, and from my experience 99% of the times it's because of bad capacitors. So let's unplug it and open it up and see what we have to deal with. It's opened up, and as I was suspecting, lots of bad caps. You can see the one there, these ones over here, all of them are bad. And of course my phone will not focus because I'm using my phone to film this. And I need to replace them all. So yeah, I'm going to take out the other screws from the board and take it out. But if you plan on doing this, be very careful, because cheap power supplies might not discharge these capacitors, the mains capacitors, by themselves. So you need to do the discharging, otherwise you have a chance of electrocuting yourself. So yeah, search online how to discharge those, but if you are not used to working on electronics, maybe it's better to have someone do the capacitor replacing for you. But for me, next I will take this out and start searching on my old TV motherboards, on my old TV boards for capacitors of the required values. First capacitor is out. It should have 470 microfarads at 16 volts. As you can see, it has way less than half of its required capacity. So clearly this thing needs to be replaced. And this thing needs to be cleaned just a bit. This is the replacement capacitor. As you can see, way better. Even a bit above what it should be. But that is perfect for us. And this is not a new component. This is from old TV boards and old electronics and stuff like that. Old capacitors were made way better than the ones they make today. Capacitor number 2, 470 microfarads at 10 volts. Way worse than the first one. So let's search for a replacement. This is where I'm searching for replacements. Every time I'm getting bored and I have some boards with capacitors on them, I either desolder or break the board. So let's dig in. Sometimes a third hand helps keeping things in place. I couldn't remove this part of the board from this capacitor without this thing, so I recommend you buying one. It's really handy. Okay, found the capacitor. This is even a Rubicon, so it's a really good capacitor brand. It is a bit below spec, but it's, in my opinion, still good and in tolerances. So yeah, I have no hesitation of using this capacitor. And this thing will be done to all of this, so I'm not going to film every single one. Only I'm going to show you all of them already replaced. Something I realized while working on this, look at all these leads from these components. You can see they are so long that some of them could even create a short circuit in here. So sadly, this is standard Chinese quality. I'm going to try and straighten all of them that could potentially cause a problem. Just had to show you one more, 1000 microfarads, and it actually only has 24. So this thing is bad as it could ever be. So let's continue. All capacitors are replaced, and I decided to also grease this fan, oil it actually. First thought was to replace it, but then I saw that it doesn't really have any oil anymore, so most likely it's not bad, it just needs some oiling. It's oiled up. I'm going to put that thing back. I actually put it once, but forgot to film it. And then I'm going to cut a circle from this and put it on top. That blue crap was completely useless. It would not stick at all. So I remember I usually cut from this stuff, and I actually have one from an Intel cooler. So I'm going to use this one. Everything is back together. Those are the replaced caps. So let's give this a try. Probably you can hear it. Let me shut it down. It just made short circuit again by mistake. Power on. So this thing is working perfectly. What can I say? If you decide to do this, it's not really hard, minimum tools, and you just need to have the caps. But this is mains rated, so be very careful, do not electrocute yourself. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching, like, dislike, subscribe, check out my other videos, and see you again in the next one. Bye!